Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I am Robinson Miles. Sadly, I am only Robinson Miles. Jamie French is out and about today, so you're just stuck with the substitute teacher. Of course, we do have a lot happening around the tri-state right now, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. Happening right now, state and local officials are gathered in Hopkins County for a big groundbreaking. Now, we do have a reporter on the scene there right now. We had a live picture right now, but it seems as though they're kind of moving everybody from one location to another. So sadly, unless they come back in here in just a moment, we're not going to have that live picture. I'll keep watching it for you. But for now, I'll just give you the info. Now, this is live from Bean Cemetery Road in Madisonville, where a new Department of Criminal Justice's law enforcement training facility is being built. Madisonville got $2.5 million in federal funding to build the center, and as we reported, that was announced in January by Senator Mitch McConnell. Officials say it will be the largest police training academy in the Commonwealth and will focus specifically on cybercrime. It looks like we are getting a look at that right now. Let me go ahead and just bump that up here. Sorry, give me just a second here. I know, technology just can't behave when you need it to. Let's go ahead and take a look. There we go. There's our live look right now. You can see they've already got a bit of work going on in that area. We've got our interview set up with officials there. Now, of course, we are going to have more information from that groundbreaking tonight on 14 News. Getting a little bit of a peek behind the scenes here you don't normally get, being able to see our photographers out there. That's what they're seeing right now as they set up all these interviews for the stories that you're going to see a little bit later tonight on 14 News. I'll go ahead and just let you savor that for a second. I mean, it was such a hassle getting it up there. But that, of course, is about what we are going to be seeing here. So those of you who are watching right now do get a little bit of a sneak peek on what you're going to be seeing later. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next story here today. Happening tonight, Evansville Mayor Stephanie Terry is hosting another traveling city hall. Well, the event gives you a chance to speak directly with city leaders and share concerns. Now that's happening at Potter's Wheel on Jefferson Avenue from 5:30 to 6:30 tonight. Officials with Evansville Water and Sewer Utilities say they will also be there to talk about their services. Now for our final story here today, this is a very interesting one. A Henderson man has been given the Community Spotlight Award.
In a moment where seconds matter, Jermaine Johnson chose courage over fear and action over hesitation.
At the Circle K on Highway 41. And without hesitation, they say employee Jermaine Johnson ran out of the store and tried to use a fire extinguisher to get the fire out. Now, Johnson says the fire was under the hood, so the extinguisher wouldn't work. So he got inside the burning car, put it in neutral, and physically pushed it out from under the awning and away from the gas pumps. Commissioners say it could have been a, quote, catastrophic incident, and Johnson's bravery reflects the very best of Henderson. Johnson says he served in the Marines for 10 years and has had experience with similar situations. Well, that's going to go ahead and round out all the news happening right now, or at least the news segment of our streaming show here today. Of course, we do have our photographers and reporters spread all across the tri-state, so be sure to circle back for 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Now, for now, we're going to hand things off to someone far more knowledgeable than myself. Michael Fecca is here to give us an idea of what we're seeing outside and what we can expect ahead of us. Stick around.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the weather portion of the afternoon stream show. We're going to get started here with a look at our headlines, what we're tracking out the next couple of days. Well, for starters, it started off cloudy with a few showers earlier this morning, but now we're drying out and the clouds are beginning to break up. So we are partly cloudy this afternoon, a bit breezy and a lot cooler. Then we stay mainly dry and cool here through much of the work week. Looking ahead, we do start to warm up. warm-up along with rain chances headed our way by the time we get into Friday. But that warm-up comes after that chance for some rain Friday morning. So I'll break down those details in just a moment. But let's take a look at some latest details from Monday night's severe weather event. We did actually confirm at least 3 tornadoes, and there is possibly a 4th one. Their National Weather Service is still kind of working out the details there, but I'll take you through each tornado here. The first one that we have here on the map is that EF1 just to the north and east of Hartford. That's in Ohio County. Peak wind speeds of 105 miles per hour. The length pretty short, only 1.8 miles, and the width was around 110 yards. Now, the second tornado that we have here on that map is another EF1, peak wind speeds of around 95 miles per hour. That's the one that passed just to the north of Livermore, and the length of that was about 6.31 miles with a width of 125 yards. Now, the other tornado that the National Weather Service is preliminarily working on right now would be an EF0 just to the east of Livermore. So it looks like it may have been, one single storm that was kind of lifting up and dropping down multiple tornadoes. But that one had an estimated peak wind speed of 85 miles per hour. So that would be a EF0, but we don't have a length or a width just yet. And then we have another tornado here that was also an EF0 that had peak wind speeds of 85 miles per hour that passed through Jules City, a length of around 3.22 miles and a width of around 50 yards. So while it did kind of fizzle out over southern Indiana, that line of storms picked back up in intensity once it got over western Kentucky. It was able to produce several tornadoes there across portions of Hopkins, McLean, and Ohio County. So that's the latest on Monday's event. Now, outside of yesterday, we're going to be talking about the month as a whole here. It has been extremely warm and dry so far for the month of April, but in terms of warmest Aprils, we are topping the charts, and it's not even close for second place. Second place was 2017, where we had an average temperature, so remember that takes into account every morning low and afternoon high and averages them out over the entirety of the month. So we have an average temperature of around 65.3 degrees. Second place was in 2017 with around 63 degrees flat. So even if we were to stay a little bit cooler here over the next few days, it would not budge that average down much more than where it is right now. So one of the warmest Aprils, if not the warmest April we've ever had on record here in the Evansville area. But taking a look at what's going on across the United States, a little bit messy out there. We have scattered showers and even a few snow showers up in the Mountain West. A few spotty showers pushing in across the northern plains. A nice area of high pressure building in over the Midwest and the Ohio River Valley. That's why we're starting to kind of clear out and dry out here across the tri-state. And well off to our southwest, we have another shortwave area of low pressure that's sliding in across Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So that is kicking up a few more scattered severe thunderstorms in the deep south with a few more spotty showers headed in the direction of the I-95 corridor. So still a little bit of a messier day out there, but as I mentioned, we started off with showers, clouds, and it was a lot cooler for the start of the day as well. But now that we have that high pressure building in, the cloud cover was allowed to kind of erode away. And now we're just looking at partly cloudy skies. These are your typical fair weather cumulus clouds, and we're expected to stay dry here through the rest of the night tonight. Temperatures, again, a lot cooler, only in the mid to upper 60s, 67 degrees in Evansville. Same thing in Madisonville, sitting at around 63 in Fairfield. That is the cold spot on the map, but the warm spot, Owensboro, sitting at around 68. And we'll have another increase in that cloud cover through the overnight hours, mainly early evening to around midnight, and then we should start to clear back out headed into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be dropping down into the 40s, so it is going to be a chillier night. I know a lot of us has probably left our windows open the last couple of days because it's been so warm overnight, but it is going to get pretty cold again. So if you're not a fan of sleeping too cold, you may want to shut those windows, but it is going to be down into the 40s, so you may want to grab that jacket early tomorrow morning as well as you head out for work or for school. And then we'll warm right back up into the mid 60s tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. Now our next chance for rain here, I think the better chances arrive next week, but up until then we have a few more showers possible overnight Thursday into early Friday morning. So let's take a look at the timing of all of that. Again, we'll stay dry, mostly sunny throughout the day on Thursday. Clouds will begin to roll in and thicken up through Thursday evening. That's going to be out ahead of those chances for a few spotty showers. We're not expecting any sort of thunderstorms or severe weather with this. This is just going to be your plain old rain that'll move in and out of here by Friday morning. And I think much of the day on Friday is going to be dry, but it is going to be cool again. So notice those wind arrows coming up out of the north. So that is going to keep those temperatures a little bit below average. Our average high is typically in the lower 70s. 73 degrees. Will stay below average through the entirety of the weekend, but we will stay mostly dry even into Saturday and on Sunday, and then we'll start to pop back up near average for the start of next week, but it'll be accompanied by the chance for a few more showers and storms. But the overall temperature outlook here through the beginning of May stays on the cooler side. Much of the eastern half of the country will be cooler than average, but taking special note of that over the northern plains and into the Great Lakes region. And that does include a little bit of us here in the tri-state. And the overall moisture is going to be right around average, or maybe even slightly below in some spots to our west, especially over the northern plains. So not too active, more of your typical April weather once we get into next week outside of this cool down. But let me go ahead and take that full screen for you so you can get a better look at it. Again, clear or mostly clear through the rest of this afternoon. A few clouds overnight, sunny tomorrow, a few more showers through early Friday morning, but a lot cooler there. We're looking at Saturday, especially early Saturday morning. Temperatures will be down in the lower 40s, and depending on if it's clear and the winds are calm Friday night into Saturday morning, there may even be a few locations that are in the upper 30s. So we'll have to see how that trends. So definitely a cooler start to the weekend, but we do warm up by Sunday, topping out in the upper 60s to near 70 with mostly sunny skies, and then headed into next week. A couple of chances for some showers on Monday, and then maybe for a few thunderstorms by the time we get into Wednesday. Obviously, we don't really have any prospects on severe weather that far out in the future, but we'll be keeping an eye on things here over the next couple of days to see how it all trends. But that's all I've got here for the forecast. So I'm going to send you guys over to 14 News at 4, 5, and 6 for the latest news and weather headlines. We'll be right back here at 9 o'clock for our weather stream, and then on air again at 10. So until then, everybody, stay safe and have a